ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having an amazing day. It's this beautiful day of gray outside here in New York anyway. You can see that it looks like we're doing this at dark 6 a.m. or something right now, and it's not, of course. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope it was a good trading week for you. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Type in the number 1 to let me know that you can. And as you do, keep in mind that everything we look at is for educational purposes. Nothing's meant to be advice or recommendations. Right? And if you like what you see, make sure you're following along with the various social platforms out there. For those of you that are brand new, even those of you that have been here for a while with us, that come day in and day out, I put together a quick agenda that I'm going to just remind you of every morning of what we're going to do today. So everybody new coming in and those that are here know, all right, I need to get prepared for this, right? So we're going to start off with upcoming economic reports. I try to get that in there. I don't do it as often as I should. Hopefully this forces me to remember to do it every single day. Then we're going to look at the futures from there. We're going to review the previous day's trades. What does that mean? I'm going to show you what I did, and then you're going to show me what you did. You're going to share your funded, non-funded trades, whatever they are. We'll look at today's candidates, and then remember, at the very end of the event, each day at the end of the training, I give you an opportunity to give me your candidates to take a look at. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in, and we'll start off first with the economic reports, as I stated, right? It's right here. So this is Forex Factory. We've got 8:30 this morning, Empire State Manufacturing Index. Let's see. Is it really affecting the market right now? I can't tell yet. I'm not seeing anything on CNBC. But 8:30, we'll look at it shortly. And then the tentative for 8:30 was the federal budget balance. All right. So with that, let's go take a look at the futures. All right, so a little bit of a pop on the NASDAQ, I guess small pops on the Dow and the S&P 500. So if we look, and guys, I'm going to focus primarily on this box on the middle right side of the screen. The charts are all there to back up everything we're looking at, so you can see them all at one time. But the S&P is up 47 points, which is a nice move for pre-market for the S&P. The Dow's up 314 points, and the NASDAQ's up 177. Now, with all that being said, and Rutt's up 26, with all that being said, remember what happened on Friday. Great day, and come crashing down. Be very careful. I'm not saying we're not going up today. I'm saying caution, grasshopper. Okay, be very, very, very careful in this type of a market right now. Bitcoin is up about 400 to 19.5. Ethereum is up $21 to a little over 1,300. Gold is up 21 and crude is up 27 cents. I just saw a congressman, I think it was congressman on, stating that we should go ahead and cut the defense weapons that we sell to Saudi Arabia because of what they're doing to the United States with crude oil. So we'll see where some of those conversations go. But I think, within the next 6 months, we're going to have most major countries in the world hating us. So we'll see. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look first at yesterday's trades, which means this is where you drop in the trades that you did from yesterday. Drop those puppies in, or Friday. Doesn't matter if they're funded or non-funded, broke even, made money, lost money. It doesn't matter. This is all about accountability. It's an accountability factor. That's the reasoning behind this. Accountability for me, accountability for you. So the one that I took on Friday from our list was Morgan Stanley. I did a bear call spread. It said above 82. I got the 82.83s on Friday. And if we go look at MS, we got the 82.83s, took a little bit of heat with it moving up, not with pricing really, but it moved up quickly, just about filled that gap, dropped off at 75.5. I did the 82.83s. We got 25 cents, closed it out for nickel. So 20 cents overall, not too shabby, right? And then again, just a weird day. Tesla, TSLA, right? Tesla, I got, we got to move down. I got an opportunity to take the long put position for last week, and then it just kind of died. It had some legs in the beginning, but then it just went sideways. So I only wound up on a 237.5 put with 80 cents in profit on that position. So wasn't great. Listen, I'll take it, better than the alternative, but time value deterioration picked up a little quickly on this. So it is what it is. So we got 2 decent trades off there on Friday. Not too shabby. For me, it's not a day I spend a lot of time in the market any longer. I will if I've got a bunch of positions that I'm looking to trade that day, but I'm not actively going out there saying, Friday is the day I trade. I'm not worried about price on Tuesday versus Friday's cost. That doesn't matter to me. For some, it should matter, right? If you're trading with a very small account, Friday's a great day. If you're day trading because you're in and out of the trade today with the lowest possible cost you can get, which is 1 day of time value left, just actually not even 1 day, 6.5 hours of time value from 9:30 to 4, right? So very, very, very small dollar amount of cost inside of there, right? So let's see what you guys got going on here for your trades. Yeah, what do we got there, Jeff? Jeff's got a 3, of course. Okay, here kitty kitty. Exactly, Karen. And that here kitty kitty comment that Karen is making is based on reference on with the markets going up this morning, is that the market just drawing us in, trying to whoosh, 50-pound sledgehammer on your head. Let's see. Stephanie said SPY bear put $35 profit. Nice. Microsoft bear put $75 profit. Home Depot bull put did the wrong spread, lost $20. I have done that more times than I ever will admit publicly what the number of times it has happened, Stephanie. I am very much focused to the wrong side of the screen when I look at my options. I look on the left side always because that's what calls on. That's where I tend to go first when I should be looking at puts when buying them, or depending on the spread I'm doing, right? And I have more than one time because of that been on the wrong side of the trade by doing so. I could tell so a lot easier in the directional trades. The credit spreads, I just seem to miss on them at times. And that's the turning your hat backwards type thing. So, but good job, Stephanie. I love it. Chris said 88% on SPY, 83% on Qs, 75% on ISRG. There you go, Chris. Great job, my friend. Robert said Q's put stopped out. United Healthcare bull put spread stopped out. Amazon bought bear call spread. I've got Beyond Meat, Nike and Peloton, KHC, Snapchat, Cisco, long options held over the weekend. Plan on taking profits first thing this morning. There you go, Robert. Good job. Good job. And we all have the trades that go against us, right? It's funny. I produced the results this weekend for September. So all the way through the end of September in our power option plays, and we're at 75% of trades went in our direction. The other 25% were either break even or cost us money, right? So, 75%, that means 1 out of 4 of my trades are going against me, right? It is what it is. I'm okay with those odds. You only need 4 out of 10 to be right. That's it. If you do a 2-to-1 reward risk ratio, you need 4 winners, 6 ones that go against you, and you can be profitable. Yep, there you go. Say hey, good morning. Say hey, say good trading to all. And there's nothing wrong with that, folks. Go ahead and do that. Congratulate each other in here. Again, it's about building community, right? You guys will start to recognize people that are in here and talk back and forth with them again and again and again. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at today's candidates. All right, and I built out a watch list for today, of course. When I say of course, I always try to do it, right? So let's go ahead and bring up the option chain. Apple is the very first one, right? So let's see, guys. When we get down to 3 candidates left, when you hear me say CLR, there's only 3 left after that. You need to be dropping your candidates in of the ones you want me to look at. So Apple is the very first one. Apple, so Goldman Sachs, when a brokerage firm comes out and upgrades or downgrades, right, they say, oh, we're upgrading to a buy from a hold, or we're downgrading from a hold to a sell, right? Initiating coverage says, hey, we've not looked at them before. They're not on our list, but we are now. We're going to start covering them. And then maintaining says we're going to keep our existing rating. What that means is Goldman Sachs is going to call everybody and say, we're maintaining whatever the rating is, a buy, a hold, whatever it is, they're going to call and say, we are maintaining that rating right now. And if it's a buy or a sell, what does that do? It causes transactions to take place because of that, right? Which causes the stock price to move. So Apple was listed as a maintain by Goldman Sachs, big firm, right? And they are up $2.40, $2.50 right now. We'll call it about 140.86. So we're just shy of that 141.83. Here's what I need. I need the stock above 142.5, then a retest of that 141 quarter, right? Then we're going to look at a bull put spread below 141. All right, why don't I just, man, if it gets up to 141.5, why don't I just do it? Because that could be where we're just popping our head above the trees, man, just checking out the view. Yeah, it's okay here. Let me go back down, right? So very cautious. And I'm not saying you can't trade it. This is how I trade them. If you get a breakout and you like it above that 141.33, by all means, go for it. You would have a clear path to resistance. For me, it's not a concise entry. If you use a breakout trader, it may be, and that's okay. You choose what works best for you. But that's my setup on Apple today. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, Adobe is next. Adobe also had a maintain come out. It was not by Goldman Sachs. They're up $3.76, just about 192. I'm sorry, 292. So it puts us between the 289 and 300, where we also have our moving averages. So we're going to look at a bull put spread below 289. Right now, we're at almost 292. So we've got enough legs in there for it, for sure. Right. Next, we've got Bill, BILL, also a maintain out there today. So if we look at Bill, they're up $1.64 today to 120. We'll call it 120. All right, that's the entire fib. Here's our zoom in. Right. So if we're sitting at 120, so we're, well, okay. So guys, look at it. Hold on a second. Let me bring this back out. Do we need a fib in here? 90 to 1, so 26, 36 points. Oh, goodness gracious, we do. All right, so let's add the negative 136 and the 118. Okay, so right now we're sitting at 123. Above our head is resistance of 126.5 and the 8 moving average right on top of each other. So what is that telling me? Excuse me, you're going to bump your head on ugly. You have two major things happening, a confluence of both price and moving average. So that's not just the sheetrock ceiling any longer. Someone stuck a piece of plywood above it. So it's going to be harder to get through than if it was just sheetrock, right? There's multiple things happening there. For me, the phraseology is next. Right? Pass on that sucker, right? I'll find better trades than that. I don't need to chase every company that's out there. All right, BK, right, which is Bank of New York. Also check out Bank of America, BAC. They're out today with earnings. Decent. It wasn't great. When they were up 70, 80 cents before, whatever it was, but it was decent. Let's see. So BK, right now, they're $40. We'll call it 40 even. They're up $1.80 right now to 40.25. So where does that put us? Well, we got above the 8 moving average. Let's see if we need a fib it in here. All right, so we're looking at 38.5 up to 41.5, $3. So we actually do need a fib it in there. 41.75, 44. Just about. We're going to put both in, the negative 136 and the 118. And if we're sitting at 120.25, I mean, oh my goodness, I didn't even get that number from 40.25. So we're just up above here. All right, so we're just above the fib in there. So here's what I'd like to see happen. I'd like to see the stock get above 41, then a retest of that 40 level. And I don't need it all the way down. Just come on down and move in that direction. And then a bull put spread below 40. But I'm going to do it aggressive. It's a little bit too tight for me. A little too close. All right, next we've got CLR. There's the entire fib. CLR 73.87 up 565. I love this. Love it. Love it. So buyout to private. So the founder, the CEO, I think he's CEO, they're buying the shares at 74.28. It's going to happen by the end of the year. This isn't optionable stock. I can't tell you good, bad, or indifferent because of the announcement that just came out. And as much as they are up, we're talking about 5 cents by $1.25, 5 by 2.50, 5 by $1.10. Excuse me. I don't have good numbers here at all, right? And I've got to wait and see when the market opens. And I may not even have it right at the market open. I may have to wait. But I can tell you this, guys. I'm doing a case study right now on Twitter, right? And I may add this one. I've got to look into them if the numbers come out right. I'm doing a case study on Twitter right now. But my original, I bought, and this is with a diagonal spread. I bought the long 50 for 310 on October 5th. And was that on the 7th? That's not. I got the wrong date in there. Yeah, this all just duped at 10-7. I just copied it forward. This was on this Friday, which was the 14th, right? And 14. Okay. So I closed out my 52 that I had for 2 cents. I didn't get much for it the previous week. I got 36. All right. And this week I got 43 cents for the 52. So we're at a cost base of $1.25 on this position right now. Right. And if we look on Twitter, I know I'm kind of going off topic a little bit there, but TWTR, I don't have the option chain open. Darn. Let's see if it's going to do it. Nope, it's not. Okay. TWTR. So we're looking at the 50 for February of 23. Feb 23, we're looking at the 50 calls. They're right now at $3.70 is what I could close that position out for. And we have a cost basis of $1.25. So I mentioned that on this program right here. I mentioned it the same day on Power Option Plays that we were doing the same week that we were going to do this type of setup, that I was going to do the case study on it. That's where we're at. I've already got the options written for this week. So, folks, these types of setups, I love these buyouts when they come in and they happen. They are absolutely awesome as potential setups, right? So now with that being said, we're going to go back to CLR, which is where all of this started, this buyout. I've got to wait and see what happens with the chart today as far as the options go, but they're at $74 right now. $73.86, $74.28 is the buyout price. And they're going to go there. They're going to boo, they're going to hang. This is expected to close by the end of the year. We've got a couple of weeks that we can go ahead and write calls against this to pick up some decent premium, right? And then, of course, the options have to be closed out by the end of the closeout. So if it's sitting right now at 74, just about, we're way up here, right? Let's see, 72 to 77. Yeah, let's go ahead and split that. We're just going to add a negative 136. We don't need the 118. All right. So there we are, 74.39. We're sitting at 73.89. So we're right up against resistance. If you look over the credit spread, our credit spread on this one is going to be a bull put spread below 74. Or I'm going to write a diagonal spread. All right, if I can get any premium for it, I will do the case study on this one as well. All right, 3 candidates left, just 3, only 3. Drop in the candidates that you guys want me to take a look at, and I'll be happy to go through those. Goldman Sachs is our next one. They're looking at combining businesses, less overhead, less people, high position people, combining responsibilities, adding in lower cost staff instead of the bigger executives that are needed there. You don't need 3 CEOs. If you take 3 companies, put them into one, it's 1 CEO, right? So one president, one vice, whatever. So they're up right now on that announcement, $4.50. I like Goldman Sachs. They're on our Power Option Plays list. $4.50 puts them at 304.5. So we are kind of in the middle right now, which is yucky. But we're going to look at a bull put spread below 300 or a long option. And that's Rob's note. Why? Because I trade Goldman Sachs. They're one of our candidates on our list. Right? NET, NET. Drop your candidates in, folks. Excuse me. Harsh weather out there today is rough. All right. So on NET, They got an upgrade from Wells Fargo today. They're up $2.80. It puts them at 48.5. So we are still below that 50 level, right? 48.5 next. I'm not interested. It's too far away to try to get down below the 39 and get any premium for it. There's not going to be anything. It's just not. Right now we've got Splunk. This one's just for Rick. So an outside investment firm took a large stake, about 5% in the company. So that has caused a spike today of $6, almost $7, $6.87 on Splunk. All right. So let's see. If they're sitting right now, then at 77, it puts them up above that 73, 79. So we're going to look at a bull put spread below 74. All right. So let's see what you guys got in there and gals. Let's see. Trip said since AMD is still on the negative 382, AMD, let's go there. So this line, Trip said the negative 382, that's this line right here. Okay. Since AMD is still on negative 382, let's take a look at, oh, there we go, LRCX. For a switchback with a better downside look. Okay, Trip, I'm with you. So first things first, let me go back over here and let me change my watch list so I get all symbols in there. All right, let's see where they are pre-market. Guessing up, they are $4. So we're at 315 to 355, call it. 15, 25, 35, 45. That's $40. Wow, we don't need a fib in there even. Go figure. Holy mackerel. So, Trip, here's the thing. I don't have enough good data yet on switchbacks that are beyond the negative 618. That's the only thing I would say about it. The second thing is, since we violated that negative 618 on a close, we probably need to go and redraw. And I would go off of that swing high. When I say that, which one is higher? Yeah, the wick on the doji day down to here is probably a better day, a better drawing. With that being said, Trip, looking at what you were saying there, yes, you could, with where we were drawn from, you absolutely could look at it. I'm just not sure of the data behind anything lower than a negative 618. I don't have enough history on it just yet. So a little caution on it, but it's a good point to bring up. So Trip said Micron is another switchback, which looks way better upside. All right, let's see MU. All right, so yeah, I mean, if we can get above that 53.60, let's go look at Micron. So they're at $54 right now. So there you go. I mean, we're above that 53.60. It's actually 53.95. So we're just above that level. And you got room up to 56, Trip. So absolutely. I'd like to see it get up to 54, maybe 54 quarter, pull back a little bit, and then make the move up. But I do like the setup, Trip. Good job. Kudos on that one. I hope that helps, Trip. Let me know down below. Let's see. Karen's asking for my opinion on SPY. I've always got an opinion, Karen. That's never an issue. Ask my wife. She will tell you I am very opinionated. All right. So Karen, I like where we closed. We're up right now $5 on SPY. I like that it's up. We're up right now to let's call it 363. Actually, let's call it what it is, 362.71. See what the moving average is? 362.66. Why did we stop there? Just out of, oh, well, might as well. It's as good a point as any other. No, it's not what it is. We stopped there because it is there. So the 8 moving average does, I don't know if getting in the way is the right answer. We're at an interesting point. If you take a small move up from here, a pullback, I would snap, not slap. I would snap, put a line at 362.66 on your intraday chart Karen, whatever you use, 1 minute, 3 minute, 5, whatever your shortest time period. Nope, wrong word. Whatever your normal time period is, because you may be looking at a one, but not trade off it. Whatever your shortest time period that you trade off of, I'd put that 362.66 on there, right? And if you can get a small move up off of it, a pullback towards it, and a bounce, there's a bullish opportunity up to that 370 level. Now, with all that being said, Hughes, spiders, great candidates for the pivot point trade on this company. So, on spies and Qs. So I hope that helps, Karen. Let me know down in the section below. Let's see. Robert's asking for Abbott. Abbott. Something like, what? Come on. Abbott. You guys don't know where that's from? Some of you do, I am sure. Some of you are too young to know what that even means. And that's sad. I never thought I would be saying words like that. Some of you are just too young for that, to know that. So on Abbott right now, they're up 85 cents, Robert. You're looking at a bull put spread below that 101. I like the setup, Robert. 101.76. A little more height, Robert, before the entry. Just get above that. We're sitting right at the 21 right now. Just get me above that 21. And you're good to go. So I like it, Robert. Like it. Yep, we got the fib there, Trip. Thanks for that. See, Robert also said Sky. Actually, I thought it was SPY when I first saw it, Robert. SPY. Let's see. Riding along on my automobile. All right. Let's go ahead and draw a fib on here. All right. Bear call spread above 55.5. Where is Sky right now? So monthly options only on it, Robert. They are $5 increments. I don't know what the numbers look like. It is Sky, correct? When the market's open, but we're looking at 5 cents by 480 across the board, right? On our position. So a little caution there. Not a lot of open interest either. So be careful just based on everything else that's going on with them. From a technical standpoint, you're spot on as far as your numbers go. Absolutely. All right. Let me know if that helps down below, Robert. Guys, give us a thumbs up if you like what you see. It helps us in the algorithms. And, hey, kudos for what we're doing. Chris is asking for Valero, VLO. So let's see where they are in pre-market. They're up $2.37. And that puts them at 116.5. So kind of in the middle. Okay. So retest of the 8, resistance at 119. You're spot on, Chris. You got it. That's exactly where I'd be looking at them today, are those levels. So I was going to say I hope it helps, but all I'm doing is confirming what you already saw. Excuse me. So, and that's a big part of this, folks. Keep that in mind. Yeah, it's me giving you some insight of what I see, but it's for Chris, it's a confirmation of what he just thought he saw on the chart. I just came back to him and said, I agree. So now another trader who's been doing this a very long time can come back and say, ooh, I'd look at this piece, or yes, no. So spot on there, Chris. I like it. Go for it. Trip, you're welcome. Karen as well. Abbott and Costello, Trip, exactly. Abbott. Robert said Abbott just had a big drop. I don't know where they were. So they definitely have had a pullback. They ran up to that 102.25, and they're sitting at 101.75 right now. So yes, definitely pulling back. Which may be an overreaction to their move. Maybe the move up, the pullback, and the bounce that we look for all the time. Good, Robert. Glad you're welcome, Chris. Excellent. All right. What do you think, folks? So today, listen, don't miss out on this, okay? Go over to tradinglikeaboss.com And we got Power Hour coming up today. Now, I'll be out of town for a couple of days this week. I think we've got most of it covered as far as trainings. We'll keep you abreast of what it is. But I'm pretty sure we got all 3 days, I think, covered that you can, that we're going to have another coach here. 2 of them. We got 2 different coaches coming this week to cover those days. So we should be good. If not, we'll let you know in that training that if something gets canceled. All right, but get into Power Hour today, guys. We had a great topic for the day. I'm excited for it. And of course, we'll go and look at what's happening during the day and see if we can't capitalize on some trades in the afternoon. So with that, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Take care, everybody. Have a good trading day, and I'll see you mañana. Take care for now.